Well, good morning, folks out there in old interweb land. I hope everybody is doing well. I know I generally don't make videos this close together, but this is kind of a part two to the video I did about the mass shootings in Dayton and El Paso. And this is going to cover lies that the leftist media has been spouting since this happened. I was covered on Louder with Crowder yesterday, which let me be the first to say that I do not agree with everything that man says. He's kind of a goofy fucker, but he got some good points. Now, first and foremost would be that Trump has made it easier for people that are mentally ill to get firearms. Now, the legislation that they're referring to that he reversed from Obama has nothing to do with mentally ill people. What it has to do with is folks that are old and have been deemed unfit to care for their own pension. They were also deemed unfit to buy a firearm, which is bullshit. Just because you ain't good with money doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to defend yourself and have your basic constitutional rights upheld, period. Now, you might not like that, but it's none of your fucking business. And if it was your parent sitting at home unarmed and got robbed, raped, and murdered, you might feel a little differently about that. Number two, this is one of my favorite ones. You hear this all the time when it happens. An AK-47 style weapon was used. Now, I don't know if you guys know much about guns. Guns go by calibers. It don't matter what they look like. There's some mean looking guns that don't do shit. Now, for example, this right here. That looks like a mean motherfucker. It's got a silencer on it, has a muzzle brake on it. Shoots 1,400 feet per second. And is a pellet gun. This is an air rifle. So, looks don't mean shit. It matters what it actually does. It matters what it shoots. 7.62 round being about yay long. You can go buy a hunting rifle that takes a 30-06 round. That's about that fucking long for hunting deer. You hear all the time that AR-15s are military weapons when they're absolutely not. AR-15 comes in multiple calibers, most of which are a .22 semi-automatic long rifle. High capacity, yes, but not a militarized weapon. If you took that weapon into a military situation against real military weapons, you would die in a matter of minutes. Anybody that knows anything about combat knows that. Anybody that knows anything about combat knows that. Now, number three, and this one really irritates me, and you heard him say it over and over and over. We don't have enough info on the Dayton shooter. We don't know nothing about him. They knew plenty about that motherfucker. See, the difference is that it didn't fit their narrative. The El Paso shooter fit their narrative. They could call him a white supremacist and say that it fit Trump's manifesto and blah, 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 fucking blah. But in actual facts, the goddamn guy that shot up fucking Dayton was a lefty. Go figure. People on both sides are stupid. Imagine that. But they don't want to let you see that. You know, you can go back and look at his fucking posts. Hated Trump. Hated Border Patrol. Hated Nazis. Punch a Nazi in the face shit. So, it's both sides are fucking ignorant as shit. It just amazes me. It amazes me. And then, along the same rhetoric bullshit, number 4 of the lies that I think is just horseshit that I've heard is that the El Paso shooter was inspired by Trump's calling for the extermination of Latinos. Now, I challenge you to go find him saying that. Go look for yourself. Didn't ever happen. Trump ain't never said no shit like that. And again, I ain't vote for the man. And I hate the fact that you motherfuckers keep making me defend him. You make me defend this motherfucker I don't even like. Because you say such stupid, ignorant fucking shit. That somebody gotta say something. Because it's so goddamn over the top. You let these folks think and feel for you. It just amazes me. At some point in time, you're going to have to pull your head out your butt and realize that all this media is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. They want you weak, and they want you separated. They want you divided, and they want you hating each other because of your goddamn color. They want that. And you playing right into the bucket shit. You know, I'll end it with this. You know, mass shootings are a terrible, terrible tragedy. I won't take anything away from that. I feel for the families. I feel for the police officers that have to go in there and deal with that shit. But there was just a fucking fatal stabbing of 5 or 6 people the other day in California. And that right there shows you that where there is a will, there is a way. Because let me reassure you, in communist California, it, you know, is one of the harder places on gun laws and things of this nature. And what'd he do? Figured out another way. And that's what criminals do, is they figure out another way. You hollow or fucking wall up this fucking entrance and they find an entrance over here, man. There's always going to be violence. Always going to be hateful ass fucking people, but you need to figure out how to protect yourself and your family. You need to figure out what's more important to you, looking good to your neighbors or standing up for things that you believe in. Now, one thing a piece of advice I like to give folks is that ain't nobody else got to lay in your place at night. They ain't got to live your life. They ain't got to fucking lay in a bed alone. They ain't got to live with the decisions that you make. People are real good at giving advice when it comes to other people's lives. But if you look real close, they don't take their own goddamn advice. So, when you do things, don't do things worrying about what the fuck other people are going to think. Worry about how it's going to affect your life and whether or not it's going to move you forward or backwards. Use your brain for something other than filler between your ears, folks. Have a good Friday.